Hello everyone, welcome to our podcast. I'm Michael and today we're talking about life in the village. With me is Sarah, who grew up in a small village. Sarah, can you tell us about your village? What's it like? How many people live there? What do people do for fun?
Hi, Michael. Thanks for having me. My village is very small. Only about 200 people live here. It's in the countryside, surrounded by fields and forests. We have one small shop, a church, and a school for fun. People often go for walks in nature. Kids play in the fields. In summer, we have picnics by the river. It's very peaceful and quiet here.
That sounds lovely, Sarah. I've always lived in the city, so village life seems very different to me. Can you tell us more about your daily life in the village? What time do you wake up? What's your morning routine like? Do you have to travel far for work or school?
Sure, Michael. Life here is quite simple. I usually wake up early around 6 when the roosters start crowing. My morning routine is calm. I have breakfast with my family. We often eat eggs from our chickens and fresh bread. Then I walk to work. It's only 10 minutes away. Many people here work on farms or in the nearby town. Children walk to the village school. Everything is close, so we don't need to travel far.
Wow, that's so different from city life. In the city, people often have long commutes. Sarah, tell us about the community in your village. Do you know all your neighbors? Are there any special village traditions or events that bring everyone together?
Yes, Michael, our community is very close-knit. I know almost everyone in the village. We all help each other. If someone is sick, neighbors bring food. We have many traditions. In spring, we have a big village fair. Everyone brings food and we dance. In autumn, we all help with the harvest. At Christmas, we carol from house to house. These events really bring us together. It's like one big family.
That sense of community sounds wonderful, Sarah. I'm curious about the challenges of village life. Are there any downsides? For example, is it hard to find jobs? Is healthcare easily accessible? What about entertainment options?
Good questions, Michael. Village life isn't always easy. Jobs can be hard to find here. Many young people move to cities for work. Healthcare is a challenge too. We don't have a doctor in the village. The nearest hospital is 30 minutes away. For entertainment, we make our own fun. We don't have cinemas or shopping malls, but we have community events, sports, and nature. Some people find it boring, but I love the simple life.
I see. It's interesting to hear about both the pros and cons. Sarah, let's talk about food in the village. Do you grow your own vegetables? Are there any special local dishes? How different is village food from city food?
Food is a big part of village life. Michael, many families, including mine, have vegetable gardens. We grow tomatoes, potatoes, carrots, and herbs. Some people keep chickens for eggs. Our food is very fresh and seasonal. We have special dishes made with local ingredients. For example, we make delicious berry pies in summer. Village food is simpler than city food, but very tasty. We don't have many restaurants, so home cooking is important.
That sounds delicious, Sarah. I'd love to try those berry pies. Now, let's discuss technology in the village. Do you have good internet access? How do people in the village use technology in their daily lives? Is it different from the city?
Technology in the village is improving, Michael, but it's still behind the city. We have internet, but it can be slow. Most people have smartphones and computers. We use social media to stay connected with family and friends who've moved away. but farmers use technology for weather forecasts and crop management. But we're less dependent on technology than city people. We still prefer face-to-face conversations. Some older villagers don't use technology much at all.
That's fascinating, Sarah. It seems like village life combines traditional ways with some modern technology. I'd like to know more about education in the village. You mentioned a school earlier. Can you tell us about it? How big is it? What subjects do children learn?
Our village school is small but good, Michael. It has about 50 students from ages 5 to 11. After that, kids go to a bigger school in the nearby town. The village school has just 3 classrooms, and children learn basic subjects like math, reading, and science. They also learn about nature and farming. The school is like a family. Everyone knows each other. Teachers often give extra help to students who need it.
It sounds like a nurturing environment for children. Sarah, I'm curious about how seasons affect village life. Can you describe what the village is like in different seasons? How do people's activities change throughout the year?
Seasons greatly affect our lives, Michael. In spring, everyone gets busy planting gardens and crops. The village comes alive with flowers and baby animals. Summer is for harvesting fruits and vegetables. We spend a lot of time outdoors, swimming in the river, and having barbecues. Autumn is beautiful with colorful leaves. We harvest apples and make jams. Winter can be tough. It gets very cold and snowy. We stay indoors more, but also enjoy sledding and ice skating on the frozen pond.
That's a vivid description, Sarah. It really helps me imagine village life through the seasons. Now, let's talk about transportation. How do people get around in the village? Do many people have cars? Is there public transportation?
Transportation in the village is quite simple, Michael. Many people walk or bike for short trips. Some families have cars, but not everyone. We use cars mainly for going to the nearby town or city. There's a small bus that comes to the village twice a day. It goes to the town where people can shop or catch trains to the city. Some older people find it hard to get around, so neighbors often help by giving them rides. In winter, when it snows a lot, we sometimes use sleds for fun.
That's interesting, Sarah. It seems like people in the village have to be more self-reliant. I'm curious about how news and information spread in the village. Do you have a local newspaper? How do people stay informed about local and world events?
Good question, Michael. We don't have our own newspaper, but we get the regional paper delivered. Many people read news online too, but a lot of local news spreads by word of mouth. We have a village notice board where important information is passed to church, and school send out newsletters. For big news, we often gather at the village hall for meetings. People here love to chat, so news travels fast. We might not know everything happening in the world, but we always know what's going on in the village.
That's a nice mix of traditional and modern ways of sharing information. Sarah, let's talk about the environment. How do people in the village relate to nature? Are there any environmental challenges or conservation efforts?
Nature is a big part of our lives, Michael. We're surrounded by it and depend on it. Most people here care a lot about the environment. We try to farm in eco-friendly ways. Many of us grow organic vegetables. We have a village recycling program. Recently, we started a project to clean up the river and plant more trees. Climate change is affecting us too. We've had more extreme weather lately. It's challenging for farmers. But being close to nature makes us more aware of these issues. We're trying to do our part to protect the environment.
That's really admirable, Sarah. It's great to hear about these environmental efforts. As we wrap up our conversation, could you share what you love most about village life? And is there anything you wish was different?
What I love most about village life is the sense of community, Michael. Everyone knows and helps each other. I love the peace and quiet, the closeness to nature, and the simple lifestyle. The fresh air and homegrown food are wonderful too. But there are things I wish were different. I wish we had more job opportunities for young people. Better healthcare access would be great. And sometimes, especially in winter, I wish we had more entertainment options. But overall, I'm happy here. Village life has its challenges, but also many rewards.
Thank you so much, Sarah, for this insightful look into village life. It's been fascinating to learn about the joys and challenges of living in a small community. To our listeners, we hope you've enjoyed this peek into a different way of life. Remember, whether you live in a big city or a small village, every place has its own unique character. Thank you for tuning in to our podcast.
Thank you, Michael. It's been a pleasure sharing about my village. I hope listeners have gained a new perspective on rural life. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye and see you next time.